Hello, Reading 91. This is Jessica Ashby. I've been reading your emails, reading your introduction posts, and it's been a real pleasure getting to know a little bit about you. But now that you've had a chance to click around, take a look at our class and how things are set up in the class, I wanted to show you how to use this organization. Here to the left of the screen is the content browser. By now, you should have already done the work here in the Read Me First. Read the syllabus. The instructor information is repeated in the syllabus. Completed these activities, and I apologize, there's an activity in here that I want you to do soon that somehow isn't listed in here. I'll show you that in a moment. This piece right here is the schedule of work. It shows you everything that's due throughout the whole semester. However, what we've done for this course is broken the work out into weekly plans. And that's what I want to show you now. Specifically, I want to show you how to know what to do and when to do it. First, let me state that while there are two due dates, a Wednesday due date and a Saturday due date, logging into the computer on Wednesday to complete work and then logging into the computer on Saturday to complete work without anything in between, that meets your attendance requirements, but it will not help you successfully complete this course. You need to plan time throughout the week to be able to get things done. And that's part of this week's focus. Now, our class is divided into units. We're going to start in Unit 1. Now, everything can be accessed here through the content browser, but I want to show you a different arrangement too. Same information shown in a different way. Going up to the top to click on Content. You can see here the 3 units in the different weeks. And within each, why am I not? Here we go. Within each, you'll see a consistent pattern. Every week has the weekly plan, which will give you an introduction, some lessons pages, and then tell you what's due when. And then it breaks it out for you again by Wednesday and by Saturday. Now, I know Saturday tends to be a tricky deadline for people, so you need to make sure you plan your time. You can turn it in on Thursday, you can turn it on a Friday. That's up to you. You just can't turn it in on Sunday if it's due on Saturday. Okay. Under the weekly plan, you'll see an introduction page. Let me go back here. There we go. You'll see the introduction page. Here's a page with information on vocabulary, a page on goals. Here's your first set of vocabulary, and all the activities and assignments due on this week. Now, again, to repeat, I don't expect you to sit down, read all of this stuff, complete everything all at once. What I want you to do is start on the introduction page. Read this to see any reminders you really need to know or what we're focusing on this week. This week we're focusing on the vocabulary. You've got a lesson page which gives you a little bit of information about why we learn vocabulary, what it does for us, and how to efficiently memorize vocabulary so that you can use it better. You also have a page on goals and time management, an assignment on goals, and assignment on time management. Now keep in mind these are different things. There's vocabulary work going on this week, which requires you to work on throughout the week. Then there's goals, which are due on Wednesday, and there's time management, which is due on Saturday. And there's a discussion related to goals and time management as well. So you can see you've got multiple pieces going on through the week. So you need to really take a look at what's due when and organize your time around that. That's part of the purpose of this class, is to give you a chance to use the various things that go into college success, into college reading, and be able to practice them. Now, if at any time you are confused, feel overwhelmed, don't know where to start, or have any questions, no matter how slight you think it is, please let me know. I just sent out an email giving you the 2 different ways to reach me. Again, I'm near Northwest Campus, and I'm regularly on the West Campus this semester. So back to what we were saying. The introduction page gives you what to focus on, what I want you to do. As you approach each week on Sundays, take a look at the introduction page, where the priorities are. I won't often mention vocabulary, but vocabulary is always part of the week, right? Practicing vocabulary and doing the vocabulary activity. This gives you the focus on what else you need to focus on. So I want you to read this, and then I want you to preview. Take a look at, but don't worry about reading deeply yet, the next page. So you can see this is all about vocabulary. So you're going to want to read this before you do the activity. The next page is all about goals and time management. As we discussed, they're 2 different things, and so you don't need to sit down and read both pages all at once. In fact, I don't want you to. I want you to start an introduction, take a look at how the pages are set up, and then here's the final page, the vocabulary, and then take a look at the activities and the assignments. I'm just going to scroll past these because we already talked about them. Here's what's due Wednesday. In this particular week, you're going to start your activity and then turn it in by Saturday. The week after, you're going to have it due on Wednesday. Here's your assignment, the discussion we talked about. Here's what's due Saturday. This is when I need you to turn in this activity for this week. Here's another assignment. And the discussion. Let me scroll back up to the initial discussion. Here's due Wednesday. This is when your initial post is due. After you've read that page that says goals and time management, at the bottom it asks you to think about some things, and then come here to the discussion and write your answer to these questions based upon that page. That's due Wednesday. Saturday, by the end of Saturday, I want you to respond to your classmates' posts. At least means minimum. The minimum response to 2 posts with the minimum word count. So it's really fast and easy and broken up into pieces, but you need to be able to break that up and fit it into your schedule. This quiz right here, this is a quick matching quiz to see if you've been practicing the flashcards during the week and have memorized the meanings of the words, because you start another set on Sunday. So again, this week is week 1. Week 1 starts this Sunday, I'm bad at date, the 27th, and it goes through Saturday. Week 2 starts the following Sunday and then goes through that next Saturday. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going back to the table of contents. I want to show you one more thing. Another feature that we have set up for you. Here's your week plan. We just went through all of these pages. You can scroll down here and click on Due by Wednesday. The introduction post is there in case you haven't done it yet. Here's your first assignment. Remember where it said goals for this semester. If you click on that, it takes you straight to the drop box, and here's the instructions. And I can click back up to Due by Wednesday. This is just a different screen. It's just giving me more detailed information, but listing out the pieces again. I hope this helps you see how to prioritize what to do and when to do things for next week. Take a look also at another video I'm going to post where I'll show you the different vocabulary flashcard options and how to read the word sets.